Hello fellow hunters, JBizHunts here with the easiest mule deer herd management guide on YouTube. Designed to help you rack up diamonds, big rares, and hopefully spawn that great one even faster. If you're looking for a clear, effective guide that you can start today, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and get one of those big bucks in your trophy lodge. Mule deer are my absolute favorite animal to hunt here in the Hunter Call to Wild. Those impressive antlers never get old. When you spot a level 5 medium, you know you're looking at a serious buck. Now that the mule deer have been added as a Great One species, the excitement is on a whole nother level for these guys. With 6 fabled fur types and 6 unique non-typical antler variations, there are up to 36 different combinations you could potentially spawn. My first Great One mule deer was this dusky drip spiral rack, and I got it using herd management just after 247 harvest. With the help of this guide, I hope you can do the same. Mule deer are a class 5 species with a max weight of 210 kgs and a diamond trophy score of 312.17. While they can make diamond at level 4, it's pretty rare, so your main focus should be on spawning those max level 5 mediums. Unless, of course, you spawn a Great One, in which you will see the fabled 10 level with a max weight estimate of 230 kgs. This guide focuses on grinding mule deer, specifically on Askiy Ridge, which is by far the easiest map to set up an efficient grind using herd management. There are no predators to spook your mule deer out of their herd zones. They're all located on the right half of the map. You won't find them along the river, only around the lakes. Askiy Ridge also has the lowest mule deer population of the 4 maps where they are found, making it easier to manage your herds. That being said though, most of the strategies in this guide can still apply to the other maps like Parque Fernando, Silver Ridge Peaks, and Rancho del Arroyo. Of course, you will have to find them at different areas on those maps and set up a little bit differently, but the same strategies will hold true. To get started, tents are absolutely essential for this grind. If you're on console or playing on PC with the Tents and Tripods DLC, you'll start with 5 tents by default. You can place up to 16 tents on any map, so you'll need to buy 11 more at $16,000 each, totaling $176,000 investment in your in-game cash. And if you're using your existing tents on other maps and need a fresh set of 16, you're looking at $256,000 to start, so start saving your hard-earned dollars right now. Make sure to bring that doe bleat collar. It's super useful for turning deer when they are facing the wrong way or giving you a tough angle. Also, don't forget your binoculars and a good scope like the Hyperion or the Odin. Both are great for spotting and lining up your shots. As for weapons, I recommend running 2 rifles. One is a class 7 to 9 rifle like the Valgarda, the 300 Magnum, or my personal favorite, the Arzenia 300. I use this for all non-diamond bucks or non-rare bucks. While it will lower the trophy rating if you used it on a diamond or a rare, it drops the deer quickly, which means less tracking over time and more time to hit additional zones. A class 4 to 8 rifle for your high value harvest, like diamond potential 4s, max level bucks, the rare fur types that you may spawn, and of course your Great One. Solid options include the Zarza 308, the M1 Garand, the 303 British, or my go-to, the Hansen 30-06. This ensures that you get full medal score on those trophies. Now that you've got your loadout ready, it's time to start unlocking your map. When I started my Great One mule deer grind, I made sure to unlock all the lookout towers and the outposts on the right side of Askiy Ridge. Not only does this give you a nice boost in experience points, but it's crucial for fast travel, which saves time and helps you quickly access every lake where mule deer are found. Some outposts are strategically located close to key mule deer zones and can act as a free tent spot, helping you save a tent placement. I've highlighted the outposts that are close enough to serve this purpose, so be sure to take advantage of those and save your tents for the lakes that truly need them. Before finding any of my zones, I set up my tents for efficiency. There are 23 lakes that make up the total home range for mule deer on Askiy Ridge. 6 of the lakes are close enough to outposts to not need a tent when you are starting, and a few lakes are close enough in proximity to each other that they can actually share a tent. So I set up my tents at the following locations, as you'll see on the screen, so I would have easy access to every water source to not only find all my zones, but manage my solos and jumpers later on in the grind. I set up all my tents initially 250 meters from the closest water's edge and did so for all 16 tents now. Once my tents are in place to help cover all the lakes, I changed the time to 16:30, which is right in the middle of mule deer drink time window from 15 to 1800. After fast traveling, I set a waypoint marker and start heading towards where the mule deer might be drinking. I run until I'm about 175 meters out, slow to a walk to about 100 meters, and then crouch walk the rest of the way while glassing the area as I approach the water. You just don't know when you're going to spot a herd. At this stage, I'm just trying to spot deer, either solos or in the herds, at their drink zones. Once you spot them, the need zone indicator will appear on your map. After checking the whole lake, I fast travel to the next tent and repeat the process. You should find 25 to 30 drink zones to start off with. If not, don't worry. You can reset the time and repeat the sweep just to uncover some more. You want to make sure you're hitting them all and getting the most amount of zones as you can to start out. Now that you've discovered a lot of your drink zones, it's time to fine-tune your tent placement. Ideally, place each tent 250 meters away from the need zone marker now that you've found them. This ensures you don't spook the animals when you fast travel in, and also could get you a little bit closer to the zones, which makes a little bit less running. Keep in mind, animals don't drink directly on top of the need zone indicator. They'll usually be a bit off to one side or another. Mule deer positions can vary from map to map, so where they're on the right side of a lake for me, they might be on the left side for you. Be ready to reposition your tents as needed for better angles, closer access, and a clear path for your shooting spots without spooking the herd. But still keep a tent 250 meters from lakes that you have not found any zones yet, as you will need to continually check these lakes for jumpers as you begin to manage down your herds. There are 3 types of herds that you have to pay attention to when you start your mule deer grind, and they are solo females, solo males, and mixed herd zones. You will not be shooting females. However, you will be shooting solo males and males in herd zones. If you see a zone that has multiple bucks and no does, that is actually a solo zone with multiple bucks sharing the zone indicator. If you have a herd with 8 total deer, 3 bucks and 5 does as an example, and you start seeing a 4th buck, that's probably a solo buck that is now sharing the need zone indicator with the herd. There are about 15 to 20 solo males. When you harvest a solo zone, the zone deletes and the animal can respawn anywhere within the home range. This will force you to check all surrounding lakes for that respawn. So for my grind, I found it easier just to set it up that I can consistently be checking for potential respawns anywhere on the map. This is considered jumping, as solos will jump from lake to lake sometimes. You just never know what could respawn and where they could end up. My Great One mule deer, as an example, spawned off a level 4 solo mule deer. It's a good thing that I checked all my zones regularly, because this guy was just sitting on my map for about 30 kills before I found him. Tripods are something you'll eventually need as they reduce hunting pressure on your herd zones. Without one, you really risk deleting a need zone after just 4 kills. But with a tripod, you can shoot up to 16 animals in the same spot before risking deleting a zone. I personally only set up tripods at lakes that consistently have herd zones. Since bucks respawn regularly at those locations, protecting the zone is crucial. At lakes with solo bucks or no deers at all, I might still place a tripod, but it's not a big deal if you don't. Occasionally you'll shoot a solo buck there, but there's no real risk of deleting a zone there. I set up my tripods between 175 to 250 meters from the zone depending on the terrain. That way I can run right up to them without spooking the deer and take a clean shot. So what mule deer do you shoot? They are one of the more simple species to grind. You want to shoot all levels 3, 4, and 5, and also any level 2 bucks with a 140 to 175 kilogram weight estimate. The only bucks that you should leave are level 1s and level 2s with a 105 to 140 kg weight estimate. Simple as that. Do not shoot anything with less than a max weight estimate of 145. You can stack max level or diamond potential bucks in your herd zones. Some people believe that this helps improve the chances of smaller respawns in your solo and exterior zones. Personally, I think stacking just holds the big bucks in your main zone spot and to not open it up to any small bucks coming in as you shoot down your exterior and solo bucks during your grind. On this grind, I'm currently not stacking. The population is smaller and I'm grinding every lake and have access to all potential drink zones, so in theory, I don't have exterior zones. I am, however, giving up the ability to have pickup tents later in my grind. How I'm dealing with solos on my grind is that I'm taking down both solo bucks and herd bucks at the same time. Respawns play a game of musical chairs, and sometimes they can swap their zones. By keeping pressure on both types, eventually a big solo buck might swap into a herd zone, and the small buck from a herd zone might swap out to a solo, and I don't have to shoot them anymore. There's also a trick you can try. You can shoot a large solo buck and don't claim it. Then shoot a smaller herd buck and leave that one on the ground as well. Once both are down, exit to the main menu. When you load back in, both animals will respawn in at the same time, and hopefully in the respawn process, they will swap at a 50-50 chance. Here are some things that I've noticed on my grind so far. From my experience, respawns for mule deer take about 15 to 20 minutes in real life, so I recommend rotating through zones in the same order every run. That way, you're always returning to the oldest harvested zone next. Expect a lot of solo jumpers early in the grind. They're unmanaged and surprises can happen. In fact, I spawned my great one from a solo, so make sure you're always checking for those. A few herds also showed up unexpectedly in zones I wasn't checking often, so if things feel slow, just keep grinding. Check every lake. You might find a fresh herd zone, or better yet, a great one waiting for you. Another huge advantage of using herd management during your great one grind is that as you shoot down your herds, your respawns tend to get bigger and better. Over time, you'll start seeing more diamond potential and max level animals showing up. Now, your chances of spawning a rare fur type like dilute don't change. It's still about 1 in 500 for every harvest. But if the animal you're harvesting are consistently higher level, there's a better chance that rare fur ends up on a diamond mule deer, like this guy right here. In the community, that's what we call a super rare, a diamond scoring animal with a rare fur type. This is only my second ever super rare. That's how rare these things are. And it just happens to be my favorite mule deer fur type of all time, this dilute. I just can't believe that I spawned a super rare and I got one. And hopefully you get the chance to do this as well when you start your herd management grind. If you have any questions about your Mule Deer Great One grind, drop them in the comments below. I'm active in the replies and always happy to help you on your journey to that big rack. If this guide has helped you out, give it a like. It really helps get the video out there for more hunters like yourself. And for more Hunter Call to Wild content, make sure to subscribe. I post new videos every week to keep your hunts sharp and successful. And as always, fellow hunters, happy hunting.